My name is Jen, and I am on a journey in order to break free from the destructive patterns of disordered eating and in order to embrace a nourishing lifestyle. My roadmap can be described using an acronym of the word Nourisher. So I'm doing daily video blog posts in order to encourage you, equip you, and keep you up to date on my progress. If this content is helpful or encouraging to you, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and sharing with others. It is my deep desire that these videos would help to ignite nourishing transformations in us all. Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me for my Nourisher Check-In. Yesterday was climb day, so I'm really excited to debrief the climb with you. And as you know, this climb, if you've been journeying with me for a while, you know that one of the rewards that I was kind of looking ahead to as I was embracing this nourishing lifestyle was the possibility of potentially climbing a very famous local mountain. Well, yesterday, everything came together and my husband and I were able to get on the mountain. So, you know what? I never, ever wanted to do this climb. As I described in my last video, I've seen this mountain really punish people, and I had just no desire to do it. I didn't feel like I could. I felt like in order to do it, it would take strict training and dieting. And I had this image in my head of what it would look like. And what if I couldn't do it? The fear of failure. So many things are wrapped up in why I never wanted to climb the mountain before. But now my perspective just really changed towards the mountain and towards my body and my capacity to try the mountain. And so maybe some of the reasons why I really wanted to do it was this idea that the journey, that I'm now embracing the journey and that I don't have to accomplish the goal. Meaning that before it would have been paralyzing to think, what if I get on the mountain and I don't end up summiting, or I can't complete it, or I get sick, or I get hurt? That would have felt really paralyzing for me. Whereas now I realize that I can continue to listen to my body, care for my body, nourish and nurture my body, and that is the goal. The goal isn't just getting to the top of a mountain. So that really helped me to embrace this challenge. Also, I really wanted to gently overcome my anxiety. Because we live locally, we do hear when there are accidents on the mountain and fatalities. And I was really scared. I was scared of this thing and scared of this path. And I wanted to gently overcome my anxiety, meaning so many people, when they're trying to overcome anxiety, try to do the thing that they're anxious to do. And, I'm not a psychologist or a psychotherapist, so maybe that's the way through it. That was part of my reason for wanting to do it, but I wanted to do it not kind of diving headfirst into something that was totally, causing me anxiety and causing my heart rate to raise and causing me to feel physically sick, but wanted to do it in a gentle way of saying, hey, we can do this with love, with support, with the totally okay to back out if it doesn't end up working out, but we can take it step by step. And so that was really good to actually conquer that fear. That was very important. I just think that there's so many things as part of this eating disorder recovery journey that I have done that I never thought that I never thought even needed to be done, let alone that I could do. Things like noticing emotions and trying to manage them and express them properly, or opening up to others to actually show them what's going on in the inside of me, and nourishing my body just really regularly, whether I feel like it or not. And so many things, embracing healthy exercise, loving being outside, building way more margin into my life than I ever would have thought was responsible. Learning how to rest, learning how to intentionally go through brain rewiring activities and exercises. So many things that I have embraced in this journey that made this climb feel possible. So here's a picture of my husband and I kind of early in on the climb. And, one of the things as I was, huffing and puffing up this mountain and just thinking and considering, life and this journey and what it's been like, definitely the word resilient came to mind. So, up there on the mountain, there is, barren rock, and there is not a lot that can sustain life. But before we got through the tree line, there were these birch trees. Like, I don't know where you're from, but birch where I grew up are like tall and straight and very beautiful, but these were like gnarly, here, I'll put a picture up, these gnarly, totally bent birch trees. And I thought, you know what? The reason that they're doing that is because they are fighting for resources and fighting for life in order to get to the sun and to get the nourishment and the resources that they need. And you know what? I think a big part of my eating disorder recovery has been learning how to be thankful to or thankful for the eating disorder, because the eating disorder was trying to help me. My body used that as a coping mechanism when it didn't have the capacity to be able to handle the emotions that were underneath. Didn't have the capacity to be able to express notice the emotions, to be able to manage the emotions, and to be able to express the emotions. I didn't have those capacities, and the eating disorder tried to protect me by handling the emotions for me through restricting or through binging. And you know what? I'm grateful to now be breaking free from those disordered eating patterns. And yet I need to be thankful that eating disorder was kind of like these trees desperately trying to protect and to get the resources and the nourishment and kind of the protection for the emotions that my body and my mind and my spirit needed, but just in a way that is no longer healthy for me. So here's another picture of some things that were just growing out of the rock and just reminded me that so much beauty comes out of really challenging and really difficult places. And I just thoroughly enjoyed seeing this life growing in these very difficult places. So another thing, so I should tell you the punchline. Did I summit? I did not. We got up to around 3,000, maybe more like 2,900 meters, and I started to get altitude sickness. So started to get, my husband says, you're acting a little strange, and started to get a little queasy, and just wasn't feeling so great. So we did have oxygen with us, so I continued to climb to about 3,100 meters elevation and took oxygen during that time. And then we found out that one of the paths that we would normally take down was closed, which is going to mean a harder down climb. And we just decided, hey, this has been fabulous. And again, can I really embrace the fact that the summit isn't the only goal, but this whole journey has been so worth it. So we, had a little celebration at our ending time at our peak for the day. And then we came back down and went out for supper and just had a really lovely celebration to the day. So it was a really, a big success and a big, just something that I don't know if I would have considered a success before. I think in the past, if I didn't summit, I would have been embarrassed. I wouldn't have wanted to cover that up or make some excuse. But this was just beautiful and nourishing in its whole capacity. So thank you so much for journeying with me along this path. I'm looking forward to, I'm really excited now to stop and to think about what's the fall going to be like, and where do we want to take this community and this healing journey? How do we stay committed to it, and how do we continue to embrace nourishing lifestyles together? So please feel free to reach out to me with your comments and thoughts. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and I'm already looking forward to checking in with you again real soon. Bye for now.